President Obama leading the nation's Memorial Day observance today at the tomb of the unknown soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. He said America will never forget our soldiers' sacrifices or that of their families. Because of them, Mr. Obama says, our nation is stronger, safer, and will always remain a shining beacon of freedom. The men and women who died in service to our country were also remembered today right here in Middle Tennessee. And at least two different observances, the focus was on making sure those feelings of patriotism are passed on.
They died for their country.
On this day of remembrance,
so that their sacrifices are not in vain.
Families gather at the Veterans Cemetery in Madison to pass the torch of patriotism from one generation to the next.
An opportunity to be thankful and to show our respect for those who have gone before to fight for our freedoms.
For Laura Nunn, it's an annual history lesson for her children.
What is that P for?
A chance to tell them about her grandfather, Sergeant Leroy Materi, who served in both Korea and Vietnam and died in 1990 when Nunn was her daughter's age.
I'm trying to teach my children of the sacrifice that our veterans made for our country, for our freedom, and I just think it's an important thing to do to honor what they did for our country.
That sentiment was also on display at a Memorial Day service in downtown Old Hickory. Lisa Nelson comes every year to remember her grandfather, Red Dean, whose name is on the plaque for veterans in the center of town. She promised him to pass the love of veterans on to future generations.
We may not know personally who they are, but God does. And some of them gave their ultimate sacrifice, and we need to honor that, and we need to remember that always.
Now, interestingly enough, Old Hickory has the distinction of being a one-time home to a former Commander-in-Chief, Andrew Jackson, Civil War General Thomas Overton, and William Lyle, one of Nashville's 3 National Medal of Honor recipients.